travel all across this land, me and you. We'll end up hand in hand, somewhere down on the sand, just me and you. Just as free, free as we'll ever be. Just as free, free as we'll ever be.
What is up, YouTube? Welcome to the video. Just finished the sprints as you saw. And now, about to head over to the gym, hit a lower body lift. Beautiful, crisp little morning here, but kind of the whole base of this video, what I want to talk about is I'm doing a reload week. What's a reload week? It's just a deload week. I call it a reload week because it just mentally helps me. But kind of the way I'm going about my deload week, and one big reason I'm doing it. So I don't plan deload weeks. I've been training for almost 13 years, and this is the fourth time I've actually done a true deload week. I did one, and the last one I did was exactly a year ago this time. But the reason I'm taking it, kind of every sign in the world is pointing to me kind of, I wouldn't say overtraining, but overtaxed and maybe overtraining. But body, I've been missing some lifts, I'm feeling sluggish. But one thing I notice a lot with, like, when you start to get an overtaxed nervous system, like, your willpower is kind of down. It takes a lot more to get psyched up. Like, I've been noticing, like, my lifts are taking a lot longer. I'm resting a lot longer. Every set I have to get amped up for, even if it's just like a set of curls, stuff like that. So that's what I've noticed a lot whenever I'm kind of in that overtrained state. And usually it comes when I'm in a heavy strength block for a while, which makes sense. You're doing a lot of high central nervous system. Obviously, sprinting, jumping, heavy lifting is going to take its toll on it. So, but one thing I really notice whenever I'm overtrained is I get obsessed with food. So I have this problem, or not a problem because it doesn't happen like on a regular basis, but whenever I am like a fatigued or very overtaxed state, I overeat, I binge eat. So usually it happens like every like 8 weeks, I'll have like a binge meal where I'll just like eat and I can't stop. And it's like, I'm not even enjoying the food. So I noticed this happening last year, and that's why I took that first deload week this time last year. But recently it's happened like 3 times in the last month or last like 3 weeks where I've had these like binge meals where it's like, I'm literally eating food. I'm not even enjoying it from the first bite to the last bite, but I just keep eating it because I'm like, it's weird. So I don't know if anyone else experiences that, but that has been a correlation I have found whenever I'm in this overtrained state is that, and I think it's due to like your nervous system, like your willpower is down, your ability to resist something's down, and you're just so fatigued. You're like, I don't know, maybe your body is, it's underfueled. It wants more, even though I eat enough, but it's a weird thing. And it's happened like 3 times the last 3 weeks, twice in the last week, where I've just like started eating and I like can't stop. And I'm not even, again, enjoying the food, or it's not even I'm craving the food necessarily. So it's weird. I've looked into it a lot, but I do think it is overtraining. Because when I did this last year, this deload week, it went away. And, it's just part of it. You just got to fight those. But that's one big thing I noticed amongst some other things. So the best course of action is take deload week, and that's what we're doing. So I always get questions about deload weeks. Again, I don't plan them out. Again, maybe I should have more of a proactive approach and have them every 12 weeks or so, but I'll probably still go about it the same way I do. I'll just go until I need it. Go until the wheels fall off, until every sign in the world's pointing for me to take one, which again, it's not the smartest approach. And I think one thing is I've always had this weird conception of deload weeks, like, oh, you're being soft or something, which is a very dumb mindset. But it's like, well, I take a rest day every Sunday, and I realize the importance of that for the long term. So if I can start viewing deload weeks that way, it would help a lot. So I went on my little rant of why I'm taking it. I have to convince the hell out of myself to take it. And it's probably good every time in the world is taking it. Also, another reason I'm taking it is showed my last video, I missed my 550 squat attempt. Missed it again on Thursday. And then I was like, I probably should have took the deload before I tried it. Or I missed it on Monday, sorry. Probably should have took the deload to start, but I'm like, okay, let's take it now. So it's kind of a deload peaking week, and I'm going to go for it next week. It is what it is though, but you got to listen to your body sometimes. Sometimes, you're your toughest critic. You got to, realize, okay, how is this going to help me in the long term? I want to hit that number. I keep missing it. I'm probably over fatigued. Let's give the body what it needs. Let's get back and hit it. So how I'm going about the deload week, the biggest thing I am fluctuating is just the volume. I'm significantly reducing the volume, as in I'm still doing the same amount of sessions. I'm just dropping all my volume by 40 to 50%. So my sessions are only taking to me, a lot quicker in the gym. But I'm still getting, and the intensity, with the traditional deload, you bring the volume and the intensity down. The intensity is kind of down. It's just hard for me to bring the intensity down. And I know it's dumb, like, oh, you're probably not doing a true deload. You're probably right. That's what I'm calling a reload week. But I think for me, as long as I bring the volume down, I'm still keeping the intensity pretty high. Like on my barbell lifts, my heavy compounds, like I'm leaving a couple more in the tank, like 2 in the tank, as opposed to like my traditional 1 to 0 reps in reserve. With my accessory work, especially my upper body stuff, I'm still kind of going to failure. But I'm just doing half the volume I would. So yesterday, for example, if I did my back day with biceps, rear delts, I think I traditionally do like 24, 25 working sets across all those 6, 7 exercises. I just did 12 to 13. So that's how I'm going about it. There's a million ways to do it. This is the way I want to do it. And I think a big part of it, as long as I believe it's going to work, I think it will work. So I know the biggest thing is, obviously, I start to see these things adding up, things I need to take control of. So it's like, okay, give the body a rest, embrace the deload week. And honestly, it's been kind of nice, like having these shorter lifts. Again, I love being in the gym. Like I could do this more than a week because I'm already itching just to be in the gym longer, but it is definitely good to be smart for a week and take the time. So deload weeks, that's what it's all about. That's where I hit today, but we'll head over to the gym, hit this lift, which again, the volume will be cut down. The intensity will be slightly cut down. We're still training, baby. It's not an easy week. We're still freaking training and getting after it. That's what we do. Man, it's a nice day. Let's get started.
This is all I'm gonna need, because I know you always worried about me drinking my dinner, but I don't do that anymore. I got me a sweet girl at home, she's keeping food on the table, and at night she keeps me warm. So I've got me this piece of paper, and I've got my favorite pen. I know it's been a little while, and talking's not my style, so I just had to write my friend. Hey, I'm doing alright, Mama, I'm okay. I know your late night talks with Jesus have helped me on my way. I know it wasn't always easy raising my father's son, and your son will be alright if the shows keep coming. This old guitar and me are still strumming. I know you always do, I always took it way too far, but I'm doing alright now, Mama. I'm doing alright now, Mama. I'm doing alright now, Mama. I'm doing okay. Stuck in LA and I didn't have a job and I didn't have a way to pay the bills that I'd racked up. Yeah, you kept me from losing my trust.
All right, I appreciate everyone watching as always. Thankful for the support. Let me know what you want to see more of. I love doing like the mic'd up session workouts. Obviously this one was a little different with the music. Sometimes with the vlogs I just do a music overlay and throw in some text, but let me know if you like, because I'm trying to figure that out. I watch a lot of YouTube myself, a lot of fitness YouTube, and I like when people do just full mic'd up, kind of like Sam Sulek. I like when people do epic music overlays, so maybe a mixture of the two. Let me know what you want to see more of, but appreciate everyone watching as always. If you like, comment, subscribe, helps a lot. Keep getting after it. You'll never regret the work. I'll see you in the next one. Let's go.